Okay, this is Tuesday morning after the holiday. We had a big run up overnight. We haven't really broken through on a high level, but I just noticed this triple divergence when I came back. Now it's a little later than I normally trade, but you can see a divergence here on this. This is on the 550. Is a nice bounce down to the 49 moving average. It was a 2-point bounce. Came back up. It failed again. Now when you get a third failure right about here at 1024, you want to go short. You can see that white turned to purple and then crossed its yellow line. And I'm going to switch to the 133 so that you can see that exactly what it looked like on the 133. Oh, sorry, I got the wrong template here. It's another one I'm seeing, but I'll shorten this down a little bit. Here was the dual divergence. Now, it doesn't look like you have a divergence on the short-term ergodic, but on the short time frame there is a divergence like that, and this is when you ought to pay particular attention to. So again, you would have gotten in here about 1024, 1025, and it's already down to 1020 now. I didn't catch this one, I will tell you. I was out working in the yard. We're going to have guests coming, but these are the kind of things to pay attention to, and that just cost me 100% return on my margin. So pay attention to both time frames as much as you can, and always go back to the longer time frame to see where you are. Now, I've told you occasionally I use a 987. We'll take a look at that time frame, just because it's twice the 550. And you can see even more, this is the overnight stuff. We got a decreasing market. Told you this is going to head down. I took a little loss here and then cut this big runner and quit. I was done when we got down to that Pesavento bar, and it was at 947. So I figured, well, what the heck, I'm done. Well, here you see, even on a longer time frame, you still have that divergence. So on this longer time frame, this short-term ergodic was the old long-term ergodic on the 550. So part of the way I structured this is you can many time frames in just a few quick charts. So try to keep an eye on these divergences. Again, here was the first one, didn't last, but got you at least 2 or 3 points here, going down to the 49. And then this latter one jumped down really good. And if I put support and resistance on here, I think you'll see that we tested the first resistance 3 different times. And usually when it fails like that, it's going to fail big time and go all the way back down to the pivot point. So today, the market has tested the pivot point many times. You can see it tested this resistance 3 times overnight, the 4th time in the morning. Came down and tested the pivot point, went back up, tested it 3 times. That should give you a hint the market is just not going to make it upstairs today, especially if it goes through and breaks through the pivot point here. Hope this helps.